Stare down your idols, a pretty baby. Now I'm born. You can't believe it. You didn't mean it, but they saw you do it and they know your name. Rats in the attic, toys in the cellar. She's an addict, and he wants to learn. So hands on the Bible, we gonna die, go, as you screw yourself into oblivion. Oh baby,
All right, afternoon VC. All right, having to redo this video, which was a short one to begin with, but ran into some copyright issues, which is odd when it's just mostly live. Well, it's all live footage, so not sure what the deal is. We'll see if this one sticks. If not, then this will also come down. But got to go to a sold-out gig here at Neighborhood Theater, wonderful venue here in Charlotte, North Carolina. On Thursday night. Everclear from Portland was in town, sold out gig. They were playing Sparkle and Fade, 30-year anniversary of that album, and playing it cover to cover. My friend Joe was not going to miss this thing, so he got tickets a long time ago for balcony, which are at a premium. It's a very small balcony. It is a prime seat in there. First time I hung out with John Digital Gramophone, we actually were in about the front row of the balcony for Dinosaur Jr. And that was a great vantage point for that gig. So yeah, put some footage in here. I'm not sure which I imagine it's Everclear that's causing the issue, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see if this works. And I'll get to I got one record in the mail this week. It's the only record I've ordered online all month, and I've only set foot in Harvest Records. It's the only record store I've been in all month. And that's going to be the case until after WFMU. We're gearing up here about 3 weeks out. So yeah, the gig, Sponge from Detroit opened. Band sounded really good, other than the vocalist. Just not much. I don't know. I just can't get into that vocalist. Local H was up next. I've seen them a million times. Love Local H. Always been a duo with Scott Lucas and whatever drummer he's got with him at the time. Joe Daniels was his first drummer, which was awesome. Awesome drummer. Still my favorite. And then Bryant St. Clair was their drummer, and he was pretty good. He unfortunately had got cancer and had to leave the band. He's still with us. He beat it, and I think he now works for the band Cheap Trick, according to Emma 8 Vinyl Low. And then he got oddly, the bass player for the band Buildings from Minneapolis. I didn't know he was a drummer. He ended up being the drummer for Local H for many years now. Really good drummer. Got a really good thing going on with Scott, but he wasn't there on Thursday night, so I don't know who the new guy was. He wasn't very good. Just to be honest. I mean, it was all right. Did the job, and he had a guest come out and do Hands on the Bible. Another guy played drums for that. But Everclear was great. They did play Sparkle and Fade cover to cover, which is a great record. And I'd never been able to see them. I would have loved to have seen them in the 90s before they sold out. That was their last record before they fully sold out. The early stuff is great. And my favorite stuff from them. I had to order this, and I only have CD of theirs. I had to order this from my local record store in Fredonia, New York at the time, back in '93. This is the Nervous and Weird EP on Tim Kerr Records. Interesting story. Back then, before the internet, they had a special order book at the record store, and so she put in an order, and it never arrived after a couple of months. So I, kindly asked, just checking on that EP. She ended up calling Tim Kerr Records and speaking to Tim Kerr himself, and he told her, "Yeah, sorry, we're out of it at the record label. I'll have to go over to Art's basement and get a copy, as he's got some stored there that they take on the road with them." So this came from Art Alexakis' basement, the lead singer and guitarist of Everclear. And then they put this out, and this, and I got that EP because I heard this first, World of Noise, their full length from the same year. I heard the song Your Genius Hands in a snowboarding video. It's absolutely badass. That's how I got to know this band. And this is one of the best albums of the 90s, in my opinion. I love this one, World of Noise. It's just much grittier stuff. And yeah, Fire Maple Song is a wonderful song. Your Genius Hands is badass. Sick and Tired, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Pennsylvania is another hit off this one. Great album. Yeah, and I got that in the mall in Buffalo back in the day. And then they put out, Fire Maple Song was the hit song. They put on EP for it, and with a bunch of B-sides unreleased, like these songs. Detroit 1975 are just killer on this. And then, of course, they did this record, which is great. And they played the whole thing, and some of these songs they hadn't played in many, many years, or at all, live. Especially the last track Art was talking about. It's just, I don't know if he can't remember when he played it live. But a couple songs on here like Santa Monica and Heartspark Dollar Sign were big off this. I'm not big on those songs. Those were kind of a precursor to them, what they would do later, the stuff that kind of when they sold out. But Electra Made Me Blind that opens, Heroin Girl, Halem, Pale Green Stars. Those are some badass tunes with some great riffs. You know, a little bit of a punk edge to some alternative rock from the 90s. And they did play this whole thing, so it was good. I would have rather they left out the stuff that came after that, but you know, it was a sold out gig and a lot of people wanted to hear those songs that were there. But yeah, really, really good time. And we'll get some footage in here if I can. You know, the copyright police are out. And we'll show you the one record that came in. Got this from Lance at Permanent Records on our Hooli. I think this was recorded in 1960 originally. This is Mance Lipscomb, Texas Sharecropper and Songster. Wonderful blues record. And I've been looking for this one, and it popped up on Permanent. It was listed as a 1960 original, but I believe this might be a 1966 pressing, which is fine. It was the right price either way. And it's a beautiful, beautiful copy, VG++ on the vinyl, and it does include the original booklet, which is very hard to come by with our Hooli releases. These just got lost or thrown away or what have you. So it's got all the lyrics in here and a write-up on this release. Very cool record. Really good guitar playing and singing from Mance Lipscomb. So, great addition to the blues collection. Always like to get some good blues when I can. So there's that. And that's it. Short video. Hope you're all well. Peace.
Everything. Pull myself down so easily. I know.